I woke up today already tired, before anything even began. Like my strength stayed somewhere behind me, and I didn't know how to get it back. There are days like this where everything feels heavier, where even simple things take more effort than they should. I don't feel strong, I don't feel steady, I don't feel like the version of me I wish I could be. But maybe strength is not what I thought it was. Hallelujah, when I don't feel strong, when my energy is gone, when I don't have the power to keep pushing on. Hallelujah, when I don't feel strong, because you are enough, even when I'm not. Psalms reminds me, God is my strength, not just when I feel it, but especially when I don't. So I stop pretending, stop forcing myself to be okay, and just stand here, honest, tired, but still present. And somehow that becomes worship too. When my energy is gone, when I don't have the power to keep pushing on. Maybe weakness is not failure. Maybe it's where God meets you closest. Hallelujah, when I don't feel strong, because I don't stand. Still my home. I don't have to be strong to be held. There were nights when words abandoned me, when faith felt too far to reach, when even whispering God felt heavier than my chest could carry. I sat in silence, not peaceful silence, but the kind that echoes with everything you don't understand. I used to think if I couldn't pray properly, and maybe you were distant, maybe I had failed, maybe I wasn't doing enough to be heard. But you don't measure prayer the way people measure words. You stayed when I couldn't pray, when all I had was empty space. You heard what I couldn't say and wrapped it up in grace. You stayed when I couldn't pray, didn't turn your face away, even in my quietest place. You stayed. Psalms taught me something real, that even broken sentences count, that even tears of language, that heaven understands. David cried out, not always with strength, but with honesty, and somehow that was enough. So I stopped trying to sound right, Stopped searching for perfect words and just sat there, hands open, heart unsure but present. And in that presence I felt something shift. Not everything, but enough. You stayed when I couldn't pray, when all I had was empty space. You heard what I couldn't say and wrapped it up in grace. Maybe prayer is not about speaking clearly. Maybe it's about not walking away. Maybe it's about staying in the room, even when your voice doesn't show up. Than I knew, and now I understand. Silence can reach you too. I didn't lose you in my quiet, I found you there. There was a time I didn't recognize myself. My reactions felt unfamiliar. My thoughts felt heavier. My heart felt distant. I kept asking, when did I change? But I didn't have an answer. It felt like I lost something important, something I couldn't name, but could definitely feel missing. And that scared me. I thought I lost myself somewhere along the way, between the pressure and the things I didn't say. I thought I lost myself, but you saw me clearly, even when I couldn't. Proverbs says God knows our path, even when we don't. So maybe I wasn't lost. Maybe I was just changing, learning, growing through things I didn't understand yet. And slowly, piece by piece, I started to come back. I thought I lost myself, but I was still there, just buried under things I didn't know how to carry. You cannot lose who you are when God is still holding you. I wasn't gone. I was becoming. There's a version of you you don't show people, not because you're ashamed, but because you don't know if it's safe to be seen. That's the version God met me in. I learned early how to present myself well, how to speak carefully, how to respond in ways that made sense. I knew how to be kind, how to be composed, how to keep things together, even when I didn't feel okay. And over time, that version of me became familiar, comfortable, expected. But there was another version, quieter, more honest, more uncertain, more real. The one that felt too much, thought too deeply, carried questions without answers, and didn't always know how to be strong. That was the version I kept hidden. But God let me in the version I tried to hide. Not the one I showed the world outside. Not the polished voice, not the steady face, but the quiet truth I couldn't replace. God let me in the version I tried to hide, and didn't turn away, didn't ask me to be different, just stayed. I remember the moment clearly, not dramatic, not overwhelming, just honest. I stopped pretending, stopped filtering my thoughts, stopped trying to sound right, and just spoke. Not perfectly, not confidently, but truthfully. And something unexpected happened. There was no distance, no silence, no rejection, just presence, just peace, just a sense that I was finally seeing. God let me in the version I tried to hide. Not the one I rehearsed inside, but the one that trembled, the one unsure, the one that needed love to feel secure. Proverbs says, God looks at the heart, not the surface. And for the first time, that didn't feel intimidating. It felt relieving. I don't hide the same way anymore, not because I'm fearless, but because I've been found. And when you've been seen like that, truly seen, you stop trying so hard to be anything else. You start living from a place of truth instead of performance. Divide. Every part of me can finally stay, because your love didn't push me away. And now I know I was never too much. I was just waiting to be met with the right love. Yeah. I spent so much time trying to fix everything inside me. Every thought, every feeling, every reaction I didn't like. I called it growth, but sometimes it was just resistance against being human. I told myself I had to be better, stronger, more in control. but I never asked what I actually needed. That night, I finally stopped. The night I stopped fighting myself, I felt something shift. Not everything changed, but I didn't feel lost in it. The night I stopped fighting myself, I let your grace in and realized I don't have to win every battle within. Proverbs speaks of guarding the heart, but I misunderstood it. I thought it meant control, but maybe it means care. So I stopped criticizing every weakness, stopped correcting every emotion, and just sat there with all of it. And you met me there, not to fix me, but to hold me. I stopped fighting myself, I felt something shift. Not everything changed, but I didn't feel lost in it. God doesn't ask you to become someone else overnight. He meets you right where you are. And that night, I didn't become perfect, I just became honest. Not everything that saves you can be seen. Some things hold you quietly. There were days I thought I would fall apart completely. No warning, no strength left to keep things steady. Just one more moment away from losing control. But somehow I stayed standing, even when I didn't feel strong, even when my thoughts were heavy, even when my heart was tired. And I couldn't explain it, how I made it through, how I kept going, how I didn't break. Now I understand, I was never holding myself alone. Held together in invisible ways by a love I cannot explain. When I thought I was losing everything, you were keeping me the same. Held together in invisible ways, through the cracks and through the strain, even when I couldn't feel it, you were there. Proverbs says, God directs our steps even when we don't notice. So maybe every quiet survival, every day I got through, every time I chose not to give up, was not coincidence. It was grace, working in places I couldn't see, strength showing up before I even asked for it. I look back now at the moments I thought would destroy me, and I realized they didn't, because you didn't leave. Held together in invisible ways, by your love I cannot explain. When I thought I was losing everything, you were keeping me the same. Not every miracle is loud. Some miracles are simply this: you are still here. Held together in invisible ways, even when I lost my sight. lost my sight. You were holding every piece through the longest night, held together in invisible ways. Now I finally see it was never just my strength, it was you carrying me. I may not see everything, but I can feel this truth. I was never alone. Not every hallelujah is loud. Some of them break out of you slowly, like light through a closing door. Tonight I didn't come with strength, didn't come with certainty, didn't come with a voice that knew how to rise. I came with a tired breath and a heart that had been holding too much for too long. I sat down in the quiet, hands resting on my knees, trying to remember how to speak to you again. All day I had been surviving, answering, smiling, moving forward, but inside something felt undone. So I didn't try to sound holy, I just tried to be real. A hallelujah I could barely whisper still reached heaven somehow. Through the cracks in my voice, through the weight I was carrying now. A hallelujah I could barely whisper was enough to be heard, because you don't need perfection, you just listen to the hurt. I remember the Psalms, how they never hid the struggle, how worship could live next to sorrow without canceling it out. So I let both exist, the ache and the praise, the questions and the trust, side by side, and something inside me shifted, not completely, not instantly, but gently, like a door opening just enough to let in air. A hallelujah I could barely whisper still reached heaven somehow. Through the cracks in my voice, through the weight I was carrying now. Maybe worship is not always a declaration. Maybe sometimes it's just this, refusing to give up on God, even when you don't feel strong enough to sing. This hallelujah may be fragile, but it's honest and it's true. And even in my weakness, it still belongs to you. And tonight, the whisper was enough. I used to chase peace like it was something ahead of me, like if I moved fast enough I could finally catch it. But every time I rushed, it slipped further away, leaving me more tired than before. I thought peace was something earned, something achieved, something you arrive at after fixing everything. But maybe I misunderstood it, because real peace never asked me to run. The kind of peace that doesn't rush finds me in the slow, in the breath I almost skipped, in the letting go. The kind of peace that doesn't rush, doesn't ask me to pretend. It meets me where I am and stays until the end. Psalm says, "Be still," and I used to read that like a suggestion, not an invitation. But stillness is where I finally hear you without distortion, without pressure, without fear trying to interrupt. So I stopped chasing outcomes, stopped demanding clarity, stopped needing everything to make sense right now. And in that space, something gentle settled over me. Not dramatic, not overwhelming, just enough calm to soften the noise. The kind of peace that doesn't rush finds me in the slow, in the breath I almost skipped, in the letting go. Peace is not the absence of problems. It's the presence of God inside them. That even here I am held in a better way. Maybe peace was always here, waiting for me to slow down. Waiting doesn't shout, it lingers, it stretches, it teaches you things you never planned to learn. I'm standing in the middle of something unfinished, between what you said and what I can see. Holding on to words spoken in faith, while my reality asks questions I can't always answer. Some mornings feel steady, like trust comes easy, like hope has a rhythm. But other days, it feels like I'm reaching through fog, trying to hold on to something that keeps slipping just out of sight. Still, your voice hasn't changed, even when my feelings do. I'm breathing between the promises, trusting what I cannot see, holding on to quiet faith when it feels incomplete. Breathing between the promises, learning patience slowly. If you said it once, that's enough for me. Proverbs reminds me to trust with all my heart, not just the confident part, but the unsure part too. So I bring you both, the belief and the doubt, the peace and the questions, the strength and the waiting in. Instead of forcing clarity, I let surrender take its place. 'Cause maybe faith is not certainty, maybe it's continuity. Choosing to stay even when things are unclear. I'm breathing between the promises, trusting what I cannot see, holding on a quiet faith when it feels incomplete. What if the waiting is not empty? What if it's shaping something in you that arrival alone could never teach? Breathing between the promises, still learning how to trust, even when I don't see the way. I believe because you're mine. Breathing between the promises, with every fragile step. If you are still speaking, then I am not finished yet. I will keep breathing until the promise becomes sight. I felt calm before, but this feels different. This peace didn't come from everything going right. It didn't come from answers or perfect timing. It came quietly, after I stopped forcing things, after I let go of needing control. And somehow, that changed everything. This peace feels different. It doesn't depend on the day. It stays even when things shift. It doesn't fade away. This peace feels different. It's deeper than before. Not something I created, but something you restored. Psalm says, God gives peace beyond understanding. And now I see why. Because it doesn't always make sense, it just settles in places that used to be restless. And for once, I'm not questioning it, I'm just receiving it. This peace feels different. It's steady and it's real, not tied to my emotions, but anchored in what I feel. Peace is not something you hold on to. It's something you allow. And this time, I'm not letting it go.
I've been holding my breath for years. Responsibility turned into anxiety. Love turned into pressure. I tried to be savior,
for people who needed you. I wore strength like armor, but armor gets heavy when you never take it off. This is the weight I wasn't meant to carry. These are the burdens not mine to hold. Teach my hands to open slowly. Teach my heart to let it go. If your yoke is easy and your mercy lies, take the weight I wasn't meant to carry from my shoulders tonight.
Control feels safe until it steals your sleep. Worry feels responsible until it robs your peace. Trust is harder, but trust is freedom. This is the weight I wasn't meant to carry. Fear disguised as carry. Fear disguised as carry. I surrender every hour. I surrender every hour. Place it in your prayer. Place it in your prayer. If wisdom means surrender, if faith means release, take the weight I wasn't meant to carry, and give my spirit peace.
Open hand,
Open heart,
open heart,
open sky,
open hand,
open heart,
open sky,
open sky, open hands,
open heart,
open stand, open hands, open sky,
open hand,
open hands,
open heart,
open stand, open hands. This is the way I wasn't meant to carry, and I'm laying it down. Not because I understand it, but because you wear the crown.
and the one who holds tomorrow
Oh.
can surely hold me too.
The weight I wasn't meant to carry.
The weight I wasn't meant to carry.
I give it back to you.
My shoulders finally breathe. Oh. Soft invocation. Your silence is the hardest lesson.
I prayed for clear direction, for thunder from the sky, but heaven stayed so quiet, while tears filled up my eyes.
I searched for signs and wonders, for proof that you were near. But all I heard was breathing and the echo of my fear. If you are speaking simply,
If you are speaking softly, teach me how to hear.
When silence feels like distance.
When silence feels like this, remind me you are close.
When answers aren't immediate,
be the peace I need the most.
if quiet is not absent,
but trust being refined,
then stay with me in silence
till faith realigns.
Maybe you are working
beneath what I can trade.
Maybe stillness is a classroom
where patience grows in grace.
Not every prayer needs volume.
Not every move needs sound.
Sometimes roots grow deeper
when nothing shakes the ground.
Revelation
silent
is not rejection.
It is invitation.
It is invitation.
Silence feels like distance. Hold my restless heart.
Let unseen foundation
do their sacred part.
If intimacy deepens,
when noise begins to cease,
then meet me in the silence
and grow my trust in peace.
You are still here. You are still here.
We look for miracles and thunder, but heaven hides in ordinary moments. In folding laundry at midnight, in driving kids to school, in quiet acts of kindness, when patience feels too small to rule, in choosing gentle answers, when anger wants control. Glory doesn't always sparkle. Sometimes it shapes the soul.
Spoken reflection.
Faithfulness is rarely famous,
but it is never unseen.
There is glory in the small things,
in the unnoticed, yes,
in obedience without applause,
in daily faithfulness.
If greatness is consistency,
when no one understands,
then write your weight of glory in these ordinary hands. I chase the sound of impact,
wanted legacy to roar,
but you define true power
by who I'm living for.
Not platforms built on spotlight,
not influence on display,
but love that keeps returning every single day.
So,
does this matter?
Every seed matters,
even this small act,
especially this.
Ooh, yeah, there is glory in the small things, in integrity unseen, in forgiveness offered quietly, in keeping conscience clean. Oh, if heaven weighs the motive
more than trophies on a shelf,
then let the glory of the unseen refine my hidden self. Oh, holiness grows quietly. There are rooms inside my heart I keep locked, not because you would reject me, but because I'm ashamed to open them. I learned to hide behind composure, to decorate my broken walls. I mastered holy language while ignoring silent calls. I smiled through Sunday worship, kept my secrets dressed in white, but fear still slept beside me every single night.
There are corners filled with memories I pretend are outgrown, but healing cannot enter where light is never shown. You never reflection,
You never
forced the door, you never shamed the silence. You simply waited with a lamp in your hand.
If you already know the worst of me, why am I still afraid?
When the light finds me hiding, don't let me run away. Shine into the places where regret still stays. If love is not avoidance, but courage bathed in grace, then let the light come find me in every hidden place.
I thought confession meant collapse, that honesty would break me down. But truth feels like exhaling after years about to drown. You called me out of shadows not to expose my shame, but to remind the darkness it no longer has a claim.
Search me, know me, lead me deeper still.
If I show you everything, will you stay?
I have already seen it all,
Even the parts I despise.
especially those.
When the light finds me hiding, let mercy be the flame. Burn away the false identities, silence every sui accusing name. If freedom waits in openness, if healing grows in truth, then let the light keep finding me and make my spirit new. Nothing hidden is beyond redemption. You never shout to lead. You guide with nearness. I follow voices that were loud. Ambition, fear, approval. But none of them restored me. They only exhausted me. You lead differently.
Not with pressure, but with presence. When I wander, you don't humiliate me, you come closer.
Quiet shepherd, calm my restless heart. Guide me through the valley when I fall apart. I don't need the spotlight, I just need your tone. The gentle sound of mercy, leading me back home. There are valleys I don't speak about, shadows that feel too familiar. But even there, your rod and staff are not weapons, they are comfort.
You prepare peace in places I expected panic. You anoint me when I feel unworthy of all.
Quiet shepherd,
stay a step ahead. When my thoughts grow louder than the words peace follows after me, then I will not run. I will dwell within your kindness until my striving's done.
Let me recognize your voice.
Over every other echo, lead me slow.
Lead me slow.
Lead me home.
Quiet shepherd.
Lead me slow.
Lead me slow.
Lead me home.
Quiet shepherd. I am yours.
In a world that forgets so easily, you remember every detail, every part of me. I felt lost among the millions, just another passing presence, trying hard to find a meaning in the noise of everything. Every label they assigned me never seemed to fully fit me. Every version of myself felt incomplete and temporary. I kept searching for identity in places that were shifting, in approval and attention, in the things that fade away. But somewhere deep within the silence, there was something softly calling. Not my failure, not my fear, but my name. Not forgotten, not invisible. I have called you by name. You are mine. Not based on who you were, but on who you are to me. You know me deeper than the surface I present to everyone. Every hidden thought and feeling, every battle I have won, and the ones I've lost in silence, and the ones I never show. Still you look at me with mercy, like I'm more than what I know. Not defined by my mistakes, or by the things I try to hide, but redeemed within a love that never leaves my side. And I don't have to keep performing, don't have to keep pretending, don't have to earn a place inside a love that's always mine. You already see the ending, already know the whole story. Still you choose to walk beside me through the unfolding of my life. And the more I let you show me who I am beneath the surface, the more I feel a freedom I have never felt before. Like identity was never something I had to discover, just something I was given at my core. Fully known, fully loved, without condition. And maybe I was never lost, just unaware that I was always seen and called by name. There was a moment I stopped talking to you. Not because I didn't believe, but because I was afraid you wouldn't answer. I used to whisper every night, every fear, every fight. But slowly doubt began to grow, and silence felt like all I know. I waited for a sign from you, something clear, something true. But heaven felt so far away, so I just walked away. When I stopped praying, I stopped hearing my own soul. Maybe you didn't leave. Maybe I just stopped listening. Even in my quiet doubt, you never really shut me out. Even when I turned away, you were closer than my pain. I was lost inside my head, but you stayed beside my bed. I filled the silence with distractions, different voices, fake reactions, but none of them could calm the storm. None of them could make me warm. And in the stillness I avoided, there was truth I once destroyed. Calling softly, calling slow, come back home. You already know. You don't punish distance, you redeem it. So tonight, I don't have perfect words, I don't even have strong faith, but I'm here again, and maybe that's enough. There was a moment.
There are days I feel brave, and there are nights I feel borrowed. Today I ran out of strength, somewhere between expectation and disappointment. I thought faith meant endurance, but maybe it also means admitting I am tired. You said your power rests on weakness, not performance, not applause, not flawless devotion, just weakness.
And I have plenty
When my strength is small,
when my strength is small,
be the courage in my bones.
when my hands can't hold it all,
Carry what I've never known.
carry what I've never known.
If your grace is truly enough,
If your grace is truly enough,
then let it cover me.
let it cover me.
When my strength is small tonight,
When my strength is small tonight,
be strong inside of me.
be strong inside of me.
There's a proverb that says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. But I've tried to be my own tower, built from discipline,
From imaging,
from image,
from pretending,
and every tower I built collapsed under pressure. So here I am, without strategy, without pride.
just honest heart.
When my strength is small, be the shelter over fear. When my faith begins to fall, lean a little closer here. I don't need to conquer, I don't need to prove. Just let your quiet mercy teach my heart to move.
If we weakness is the doorway, then let me walk through.
Without shame,
Small,
but held,
weak,
but loved. Wisdom doesn't shout. It waits.
In a world addicted to noise, I've confused volume with truth, but correction often comes like a father's gentle hand on a restless shoulder.
Not to shame,
but to guide.
Speak, Lord, in the quiet place where my pride begins to fall. Shape my
Heart with patient mercy.
Write your wisdom on my wall.
When the path feels complicated
And I'm tempted to control, be the calm inside my choices, steady anchor for my soul. Discipline once felt like distance, now I see it as love. You refine without rejection, you correct without contempt. Better a moment of humility than a lifetime of regret.
Speak, Lord, in the quiet places.
Teach my restless heart to bend
Let your truth be sweeter to me
than approval from a friend. If wisdom is a treasure, then plant it deep in me. Speak, Lord, in the quiet places and set my future free. Softly, surely, faithfully. Speak, Lord, in the quiet places when my own voice grows too loud. Make me gentle, make me faithful, make me humble, make me proud. Not in self but in surrender, not in power but in grace. Speak, Lord, in the quiet places. Let your light shape my ways.
Wisdom waits. Wisdom waits.
invocation. The loudest storms are not outside.
It's the thoughts that swirl at midnight, the insecurities that rise, the memories that replay behind closed eyes. I smile in conversation while chaos lives inside, but you calm internal oceans with a whisper, not a tide. Whisper layer,
Peace,
be still.
be still. Emotions are not enemies.
Emotions are not enemies, but they are not masters either. You sit enthroned above my feelings. You are steady,
Rising devotional,
steady,
be steady through the storm within. Anchor everywhere when my mind begins to wander. Be the courage that I crave. If you reign above confusion and rule above the wind, be still.
storm within.
Calm my racing,
Calm my racing,
calm my restless mind,
calm my restless mind.
calm my restless mind.
Yeah. Oh, oh, baby.
Calm my racing,
Calm my racing heart.
calm my restless,
Calm my restless mind.
calm my restless mind.
Oh.
Be steady,
Be steady
through the storm within,
storm we
till quiet fills my chest, till anxiety surrenders and my spirit finally rests. The world may shake around me, but I will not give in, for you are calm and constant through the storm within.
The storm is not in control.
I wanted healing overnight, but you chose to teach me patience. I pray for change to happen fast, to leave behind my past. But every step felt small and slow, like I wasn't even close. I questioned if I heard you right, if I was walking toward the light, or just lost in endless trying, slowly failing, slowly dying. But redemption takes its time. Day by day, not all at once. Grace doesn't rush. Slowly you are changing me into who I'm meant to be. Not in leaps, but in between moments I can barely see. Every step I thought was small wasn't wasted after all. Now I see it in the distance, growth inside the resistance, in the habits left behind, in the healing of my mind. Even when I couldn't tell, you were breaking every shell, building something strong and true, piece by piece with you. Not instant, but eternal. And maybe slow is exactly how love lasts.
Some people hear thunder. I hear mercy.
It's not dramatic, it doesn't shake the ground. It hums beneath my breathing like a constant melody.
Even when I forget,
It's the sound of steady mercy, flowing like a quiet stream, not loud enough to startle, but stronger than it seems. When my failures try to echo and accuse me endlessly, I lean into the sound of steady mercy over me.
Morning after morning, compassion doesn't run dry. Your faithfulness doesn't fluctuate with my emotions.
You are consistent in a world of shifting ground. It's the sound of steady mercy, falling
like a gentle rain,
washing off the dust of yesterday,
loosening every chain.
Hey,
If grace is not a moment, but a rhythm that I breathe, then let the sound of steady mercy be the anthem over me.
constant, unchanging, always near. It's the sound of steady mercy
In the silence of my room,
oh,
in hospital corridors, in seasons of resume,
oh,
through every rise and valley, through every victory, I will rest within the sound
of steady mercy. Cover me. Mercy still flowing.
Every promise I made myself fell apart in my hands. I tried to be strong on my own, but strength was never the plan. You met me in my quiet doubt, didn't ask me why. You said, come as you are, my love. And I started to cry. I rest in your name tonight. No more running, no more fight. In the shelter of divine love, I'm held by holy light. Faith didn't feel like fire or sound. It felt like peace, like letting go of every fear that kept haunting me. Now my heart moves in your rhythm, slow and true. I don't need the world to see, just me and you. I rest in your name tonight. All my wrongs made right. In your grace I'm finally home. I'm not alone. Say my name again. Say my name. thought, if I could fix everything inside me, then maybe I'd finally be worthy of you. I've been working on myself like I'm a problem to be solved, trying hard to eliminate the parts I'm ashamed of. Every flaw I tried to silence, every weakness I rejected, every version of myself I thought you wouldn't love. And I told myself a story that I had to be completed before I could even stand inside the presence of your grace. But the more I tried to fix me, the more I felt exhausted, like I was running in a never-ending race. I thought I had to fix myself before I came to you. But you said, come as you are, not come when you're ready. If I don't have to be perfect just to stand inside your love, if I don't have to earn the mercy that is always more than enough, then maybe I can finally let my guard begin to fall. Let you see the parts of me I never show at all. And instead of trying harder, I can simply learn to be someone who is fully known and still completely free. I've been measuring my progress like it defines my direction, counting every step I take as if it proves my worth. But you're not keeping score the way I always imagined. You're not waiting for perfection to reveal what I deserve. And the more I start to see it, the more something shifts within me, like a pressure slowly lifting off my chest. I don't have to build a version that is worthy of your presence. I just have to let you meet me as I am, and do the rest. Not improved, but accepted. And maybe healing was never about fixing. Maybe it was always about being found. I didn't notice you were changing me. Nothing felt dramatic or new. There were no sudden revelations, just quieter ways to move. I kept waiting for a breakthrough, something loud enough to feel, but you were working in the silence, teaching me what's real. I still had bad days and heavy nights, still cried more than I planned. But something in me wasn't panicking, I felt a softer hand. I wasn't healed all at once, but I wasn't alone, and somehow that changed everything, more than I had known. You were doing I couldn't name. You taught me healing isn't rushing. It's staying long enough to see that grace has been surrounding me even when I couldn't breathe. You didn't take my pain away. You taught me how to stay in peace. Became my companion along the way. Slow and gentle. Now my heart trusts the process, even when it's slow. I don't need to see the outcome, I just need to know you're still doing the quiet work in me. And I finally believe that love is most powerful when it works quietly. Quietly. Quietly.
It's 2 a.m. and the world is finally quiet enough for my soul to speak.
I lay awake counting worries, like sheep that never sleep. My ceiling feels like the sky tonight, and I am small beneath it. The noise of the day still lingers. Deadlines, regrets, conversations I replay. But somewhere between my heartbeat and the hum of the city, I hear you whisper, be still. They say you lead beside still waters, but nobody told me stillness feels uncomfortable before it feels holy. Lead me to the quiet where my fear can finally breathe. Lay me by the still waters where your mercy washes me. If I cannot find the morning, meet me in this deep. Be my peace at 2 a.m. when the world is fast asleep.
I read once that you restore the soul,
Not rush it,
not shame it,
not shame it.
not force it to be strong.
Restore,
Like wood being sanded smooth, like a wound closing slowly.
like forgiveness taking root in tired ground.
Tonight I bring you my unrest, my half prayers.
My half prayers, my unfinished faith,
I don't need lightning from heaven,
just the gentlest current of your presence. Lead me to the quiet where my anxious thoughts release. Lay me by the still water, let your silence speak of peace. I don't need all the answers, I just need to know you are here at 2 a.m. holding what I can't let go.
If you are my shepherd, then I don't have to know the way.
If you are my shepherd, then I don't have to know the way. If you are my refuge, then I don't have to win the day. Teach me how to rest without earning it. Still waters. Carry me slow, restore my soul.
restore my soul.
Restore my soul.
I thought surrender meant defeat. Now I know it means relief.
I fought to keep composure, to manage every threat. I carried self-reliance like armor on my chest. But armor gets exhausting when battles never cease, and pride can block the doorway to peace.
Spoken reflection.
Weakness once embarrassed me, now it invites you closer.
When my strength finally surrenders,
your power fills the space.
when my striving comes to nothing,
I fall into your grace.
if power is perfected,
When human effort ends, then let my strength surrender again and again. Tears once felt like failure,
now they feel like trust.
kneeling once felt fragile,
Now it feels like dust.
returning to the Maker who formed me from the start. Strength is not resistance, it's a yielded heart.
If I stop holding everything together, what happens?
When my strength finally surrenders,
I discover who you are,
not distant imperfection,
but closer than my scars.
and every time I loosen
What I was never meant to bear,
I find the God of mercy,
waiting there.
closing benediction,
Surrender is safer.
closing benediction,
Surrender is safer.
closing benediction.
Surrender is safe here.
I walked with shadows long enough to know they cannot follow me forever, because you called me out of darkness by name, and I answered, I belong to the light, not the past, not the lie, but the truth. I am chosen, I am forgiven, I am yours. Oh, the night may remember my mistakes, but heaven remembers my redemption. You placed a new song in my mouth. I belong to the light, and I will not return to chains you already broke. So I lift my head and walk forward, covered, claimed, redeemed.
Soft invocation. I live between certainty and doubt, between prayer and silence, between what you promised and what I see.
I thought faith meant confidence, a steady, unmoved grind. But lately I've been trembling at every fragile sound. The future feels like fog tonight. My courage feels delayed. I'm somewhere in the middle of trusting, being afraid.
Spoken confession. I believe, but sometimes belief feels small. Is fragile faith still faith at all?
Meet me in the middle of my baby, in the questions I can't name. If mustard seeds can move the hills, then use my trembling frame. You don't despise uncertainty when it still leans your way. So meet me in the middle of my maybe.
Doubt does not erase devotion. It only asks for light.
And you are not intimidated
By wrestling at night.
You welcome honest searching, you steady wavering knees. You are not afraid of tension between belief and plea.
Revelation. Faith is not the absence of questions. It is choosing who to ask.
Stay with me in the middle of my baby. To clarity appears, ain't the hope beneath the surface of these complicated fears. If faith grows in the tension where surrender meets delay, then I will trust you in the middle of my maybe.
You are enough.
You are enough. Stay with me in the middle.
Even here,
You are enough.
you are enough. Soft invocation. I live between certainty and doubt, between prayer and silence, between what you promised and what I see.
Soft invocation.
I live between certainty and doubt.
I live between certainty.
I live between
Certainty. You are enough. Even here. Soft invocation.
soft invocation. I live between certainty. I live between soft invocation. Soft invocation.
Soft invocation.
I live between certainty and doubt.
I live between
Soft invocation.
soft invocation.
Soft. I live between certainty. Soft.
Soft invocation.
I live between certainty.
I live soft invocation.
Soft. Soft invocation. Soft confession. Soft invocation and songs.
Soft invocation.
Soft invocation.
Holy is your name. Before my story even speaks, holy is your love. Before I know what I need, I lift my hands easily here in this sacred space where belief feels simple and hope feels safe, unfolding. But as I step into myself, I notice the weight I carry, the questions I don't sing about, the fears I keep tidy. Faith didn't disappear, it just asked for honesty. I walk through my day with faith in my chest and longing in my eyes, trying to love well, trying to stay kind, trying not to hide. I talk to you like a friend now, not just a king. Confession, I tell you where I'm lonely, where trust still hurts, where
I get tired of being strong and afraid of being weak. I don't stop believing, I stop pretending. The music thins out, I breathe again. Holy and honest, finally sound the same. I thought faith meant standing tall, never letting myself break. But my arms grew tired from pretending I was stronger than the ache. I carried every burden like it proved my love was real. But I never learned the blessing of letting myself feel. I came to you exhausted, with no strength left to explain. I didn't ask you for solutions, I just didn't want the pain. I waited for instruction, but you gave me something else. You gave me quiet presence, you gave me yourself. I'm learning to be held by you, not fixed, not rushed, just true. I don't have to carry everything. I'm learning to be held. You said, child, rest your body, rest your mind and soul. You taught me faith is leaning in, not staying in control. You showed me grace feels strongest when I finally let go, and peace began to grow in me more than I could know. Nothing to prove. Now my heart don't brace for impact. Every time I pray, I trust that love will meet me. However I show up that day, I'm learning to be held in grace in this slow and sacred space. I don't need to be enough. I'm learning to be held by love. I carried anxiety like it was responsibility, like rest was something I had to postpone. But you speak differently. You say peace is not found, it is received. The Lord
Lord is my peace, not the absence of trouble, but the presence of God. Here with me, when my thoughts scatter, you gather them. When fear rises, your peace remains. The Lord is my peace, steady and sure. I don't fight the storm, I rest in you. So tonight I choose faith over fear, and peace over control. The Lord is my peace. I open the pages slowly, not to rush understanding, but to listen. Your word does not shout, it settles line by line. True and deep, God speaks through His word, even when my heart is tired. Every promise still alive, every truth still sure. I read wisdom into my doubt, light into my questions. Your word becomes a lamp, not for the whole road, but for this step. God speaks through His word, and my spirit responds, and I don't need to know everything. judgment, but with care. The world sleeps, but you remain awake. The Lord who watches over me neither sleeps nor turns away. While I rest, you are working. While I breathe, you stay. I remember you are my keeper, my shade, my covering. No harm unseen, no tear unnoticed. The Lord watches over me, guards my coming and my going. I trust the night to you and let my heart lie still. So I close my eyes without fear, because heaven is away. The nights were long, the silence deep. I held my fears, I could not sleep. Through lonely hours, I cried in vain. But then I felt your love remain. A gentle hand, a warming flame. Your presence calls, I hear my name. Everlasting embrace, hold me near. Chase away doubt, calm every fear. Faith and hope, your love divine. I rise in you, my heart aligns. Every tear, every sorrow day, you carry me, you light my way. Your mercy flows, a sacred stream. It heals my heart, fulfills my dream. I surrender fully, leave it all. Your grace redeems, you never fall. Through storms and trials, you guide my soul. I am made whole, your love consoles. The sun now rises, warm and bright. I feel your peace, I feel your light. My spirit soars, my heart renewed. I live in love, in gratitude. Soft piano chords, paths fading slow. A gentle release, a quiet
exist in you eternally, everlasting love surrounding me. The night tried to convince my heart that hope had gone away. Every fear spoke louder than truth, till you gently stayed. You didn't chase the dark away, you didn't force the day. You just became a steady light, and the light stayed. The light stayed when I couldn't see, when I couldn't believe in me. In the middle of my pain, the light stayed. That's how I learned what love really is. Not a rescue, not escape, but presence in the waiting that never turns away. Now joy moves soft inside my chest like morning rain. I don't fear the dark no more. The light stays. The light stays. Calm and kind. Heal my heart with time. I don't walk alone again. The light stays. You never left. You never left. From broken blues, a sacred peace. From fear into belief. I'm not the same. I've been changed. The light stays. The light stays. I'm The psalm says, "He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." I used to imagine that shadow as something far away, some sacred mountain, some holy place. But tonight, I feel it right here. In this small moment, in this quiet breath, grace covering me like the night sky covers the earth. Under the shadow of your grace, my fears begin to fall away. Your love becomes the quiet place where every broken heart can stay. Even when the winds grow strong, even when the road feels long, I remember where I belong, under the shadow of your love. Life teaches strange lessons. Sometimes strength looks like surrender. Sometimes courage looks like stillness. And sometimes faith looks like closing your eyes and trusting the hands that hold the universe are the same hands holding your story. Heaven whispers through the night, turning darkness into light. Every promise still remains, even through our hidden pains, even through under the shadow of your grace. Even when the wind's strong, even when the road feels long, I remember where I belong, under the shadow of your love. And tonight I rest, not because the world is calm, but because your grace is stronger than the storm.
Life moves quickly, but the soul learns slowly. I've chased what shines and ignored what lasts. I've spoken quickly and listened late. I've mistaken noise for significance, but wisdom doesn't rush, it waits at the crossroads and asks better questions. Teach my heart wisdom, number all my days. Help me see what matters in the quiet, hidden ways. Let my words be gentle, let my anger be slow. Teach my heart wisdom in the places I don't know. A soft answer turns away wrath, but pride ignites it. I've seen both inside myself.
So teach me restraint,
Teach me restraint,
teach me to value,
teach me to value,
integrity over applause.
because the fear of the Lord is not terror,
It is reverence.
that aligns the soul.
Oh, teach my heart wisdom, guard the thoughts I keep, plant discernment in my mind, rooted strong and deep. If understanding grows like seeds beneath the ground, let it rise within my life without a trumpet sound.
Make my life quietly righteous, not loudly impressive. Teach me slow,
Teach me slow,
teach me deep.
teach me deep.
Make my life
Quiet,
quietly righteous. Teach me slow,
teach me slow,
teach me deep.
teach me deep. Mm-hmm. I woke up saying thank you before I knew what the day would bring. Before the doubts, before the noise, I lifted up a quiet praise. You were already holy before I felt okay. So I sang your name, even when my heart was unsure. I started asking myself again why faith feels easier in the morning and heavier as the day goes on. Why belief sounds clear in prayer but fragile in conversation. I realized I trust you deeply, but I don't always trust myself. I went back to living, answering calls, smiling politely, carrying feelings I didn't explain, loving people imperfectly, wanting to be understood. I needed you there too, not just in worship, but in traffic, in silence, in ordinary hours. By nightfall, I was tired again, faith still present, but then I whispered, Lord, I believe, and quietly added, help me live this. I didn't fall from grace, I just became human again. Ooh. Stillness, soft piano, no conclusions, just breath, just presence. I began with praise and ended with peace. I kept telling myself, just one more step, just hold on a little longer. But my body and my spirit knew something wasn't stronger. I thought rest was giving up, thought peace meant I was weak, but my soul was begging me to stop and breathe. I came to you with nothing left, no plans, no defense. I didn't come with confidence, I came with emptiness. I expected disappointment, but you gave me space. You didn't tell me to keep going, you told me it was okay. I rested before I was ready, I trusted before I was sure, and somehow that surrender opened up the cure. You said rest is not the ending, it's the place where love begins. And in that pause I felt you working deeper than my skin.
You taught me peace isn't weakness, strength laid down. And I felt my heart grow lighter when I stopped standing my ground. I let myself fall. Now my heart wakes up slower, but it feels alive. I don't rush into tomorrow. I'm learning how to arrive. I rested before I was ready and found myself renewed. Peace met me in surrender and gently pulled me through. I'm resting now. I'm resting now. I'm resting now. I used to think healing had to feel like progress, like every day should prove that I'm making sense. But some days I wake up tired, still carrying the ache, and I wonder if I'm failing at the healing I pray. Blues, doubt, I measure myself in milestones, in how far I've come. But pain doesn't follow rules, and neither does love. I'm still learning not to panic when old feelings return. I'm still learning that relapse doesn't mean I haven't learned. Gospel, truth spoken, and you say held is enough. You don't need to be complete, you don't need to show improvement to deserve my peace. You don't love me for my progress, you love me where I stand. And suddenly the pressure lifts right out of my hands. Oh, held is enough for tonight, even if I'm not alright. I don't need to cross a line to be safe inside. Held in grace. Soul identity shift. That's when I stopped chasing healing and started choosing rest. Stopped calling my tenderness a weakness, I confess. I'm learning who I am without the constant need to try. Breath moving in, breath moving out. No need to name the pain, it knows it's welcome now. Grounded living, I move through life with gentle hands, with kinder eyes. I don't rush myself through moments just to survive. If tomorrow feels heavy, I know where I'll be. Held in love, it's alright.
for truth I could not find. Through tears and pain, through doubts untold, I felt your love, so pure, so bold. A whisper soft, it calls my name. Your tender love sets me aflame. Awake in your presence, my soul takes flight from darkest fears into your light. Faith restores, hope abides. Your love surrounds, my heart confides. Every broken dream, every lonely night, your grace surrounds me, your mercy bright. I feel the warmth, I hear the song. With you beside me, I am strong. I surrender all, I trust your plan. I rise renewed by your hand. Through trials deep, through unknown ways, I walk with you all of my days. The morning glows, the shadows fade. Your gentle touch, my fears allayed. A sacred peace flows through my heart. With you, my Lord, I'll never part. Soft pads and piano, a gentle sigh. Peace descends as I rest nearby. Your presence holds me tender and true. Forever awake, I rise with you.
You love me.
Before I learned your language,
before I ever whispered prayer, before I saw your face, before I understood redemption or the reach of grace, you were weaving mercy into every breath I took, writing chapters of protection I never thought to look.
Reflection,
My selection,
my salvation began long before my awareness.
before I knew to call your name,
You called out mine.
before I walked toward your light.
You crossed the line.
not with what I do, then every step I take toward you
began with you.
Began with you.
Through reckless years and wandering, through choices I regret, through moments of indifference, you had not left me yet.
Your kindness kept pursuing when my heart was unaware.
Grace was moving quietly everywhere.
Why didn't you give up? Love does not withdraw.
Even when I ignored you,
Even then, before I knew to call your name,
you numbered every tear.
you guarded fragile seeds.
You drew redemption near.
And now that I am finally awake
To what you've always done,
I rest in love that started first, before my race had begun. Before my race had begun.
First love. First love.
Invocation. Some nights feel endless. I've wrestled in the darkness, held on to fragile hope, tears falling like questions. I barely learned to cope, but even in the struggle, there is a hidden grace. Strength is born in holding on before the light breaks.
whisper later,
Hold on,
stay with me.
This night does not cancel promise. It prepares perspective. Wrestling is not rebellion. Sometimes it is intimacy. You are not offended.
By my honest day,
rising devotional.
I will cling until the morning breaks. Though shadows crowd my sight, for joy is written into dawn, beyond the longest night.
If tears endure for seasons, but mercy greets the day,
I will cling until the morning breaks.
pray a break,
Do not let me go,
even when I'm tired.
even when I'm tired.
Oh yes, I am.
Do thou let me go,
Even when I'm tired.
do thou let me play.
Yeah, pray.
Do not let me go,
Oh,
do not let me go.
oh, yeah.
I will cling until the morning breaks.
Till life floods through my
Life
life.
floods through my doubt, till wrestling turns to blessing.
And fear
Is
is
driven out. The God who walks through midnight
will not abandon me. When the morning,
finally breaks.
your face is what I'll see.
Closing blessing.
Morning is certain. Morning is certain.
I used to think you left.
But looking back now, I see fingerprints of mercy in places I called abandonment. The job that closed, the relationship that broke, the door that wouldn't open. Protection sometimes feels like loss.
Gentle hands that never leave, even when I cannot see. Holding every fragile piece of who I'm meant to be. Through the valleys and the fire, through the questions I conceive, you are gentle hands that never leave.
I mistook pruning for punishment. I mistook silence for distance. But a gardener knows what a branch can become. You trim what hinders growth, you remove what steals life.
Always with tenderness.
Gentle hands never leave, steady through the change.
When my understanding falls,
Your
love remains the same.
If goodness follows closely, wherever I may be,
You are gentle hands,
you are gentle hands,
closer than doubt,
stronger,
stronger than fear. Closer than doubt, stronger than fear.
gentle hands that never leave, even when I fall, lifting me with patience, answering my call. And when I reach the other side of trials I couldn't see, I'll thank the gentle hands that never once left.